Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie, and in today's video I am going to be talking about my top newborn essentials. I am a mom of two. I have Emma, who's almost 3 years old, and Aiden, who is 4 months old. And yeah, so I'm going to show y'all my favorite products that I've used with both of my babies, and I tried to keep it real minimal, especially the second time around. I feel like now that I had my second, I feel like these are my must-haves that I need for the newborn stage. So if you're a first-time mom or an expecting mom and you are trying to get ideas on what you will need for your newborn baby, just keep on watching. So first things first, necessity, it's a must, is a sound machine. So I actually have several. So I'm going to show you the one that we use with Emma, and we still use it to this day, and that is the Dome sound machine. This is just a simple Dome, the original sound machine, and it has like the white noise, and that's just 2 different levels on how high you want it. But now I actually switched over to the Hatch, which I actually like because it's a 2-in-1. So it's a nightlight and a sound machine. What's really cool is you can download the app and you can turn it on, adjust the lighting, adjust the volume. They have so many different sounds that you can change it to, so that's really cool. The only negative thing is that I feel like the brightness of this is not very bright. It's good for nighttime because you obviously want to try to keep the room as dark as possible for nap times. When he does wake up in the middle of the night and I'm trying to breastfeed him, I feel like I still need another light just to see what I'm doing because I'm half asleep. I do recommend is having another like little night light. This one is the one we use for my daughter, since we do use this regular sound machine that doesn't have a night light included. I actually bought this one, and what I like about it, it gets really bright. You can adjust it and then you can turn it back down, so that's really neat. She still uses it to this day. You just charge it, and I usually keep it charged because it's in her room, plugged in all the time. Emma's almost 3, so we've had a couple times where it's raining really bad outside and the power goes out, and this still works. We use it around our house. If the power did go out, we've used it for light because there's no power and we needed light, so we've used this. And then for Aiden, when I was pregnant, I actually bought another one because this wasn't available anymore. So I bought this one, and you can just turn it on. Oh, it needs to charge. This one you can change different colors, and then the one that's actually the white color, which I usually prefer, has 3 different settings, like light, medium, and super bright. So I actually use this still in the middle of the night. If he does wake up, I turn it on to change his diaper, to see what I'm doing, or if I need to feed him. But yeah, I brought this to the hospital just so I don't have to turn on the super bright lights at the hospital. And yeah, I really like this. And then also, like, if we lose power again for some reason, I have this as a backup. So well, now we have 2 as a backup, because this you need Wi-Fi. Pretty sure you need Wi-Fi. So with this one, it's power based, so it doesn't stay charged. You have to keep it plugged in order for it to turn on. So like right now I can't turn it on. This is another must. So with the whole power thing, if the power does go out in the sound machine, both of these sound machines don't turn on without power. So I did get a portable sound machine. I didn't have it with my first, which now I'm regretting. I don't know why I never got it, but it's so helpful. So helpful. I attach this to his car seat, I attach it to the stroller, or I attach it to the swing or the bouncer, any of it. And he can be freaking out crying because one, he's tired, or he's just fussy. As soon as I turn this on, it's like magic. He just stops crying. It's literally magic. Or we'll be in the car and he's fussy, like crying, or the car stopped moving. Turn this on, he stops crying. So this is a must. I use it, I still use it, and he's not a newborn anymore, but I still use it, and it's so convenient to have. I also brought this to the hospital to have as a sound machine. You know, everybody's coming in and out in the middle of the night, and this just kind of helped block all the other noise. I really like this, and I regret not getting it with my first one, but now I have it and I use it all the time. Next, so for bedtime, I recommend two things. So I have the bassinet and the dock-tot, and both of those things I used with my daughter. I'll include some clips in here, but bassinet I used with my daughter and I used with Aiden as well, and it was really easy to just have next to your bed. So for any feedings in the middle of the night, you can just easily bring the top part down and pick them up, nurse them, and then just put them back in their bassinet. And yeah, I love that the whole side is mesh, so you know that it's breathable and you can still see them in the middle of the night. I also love the dock-tot. I know that there's mixed reviews on the dock-tot, but that's just what we used with my daughter, so I kept it and I used with him, and he absolutely loved it. I don't know if it's how it snuggles them in on the sides, but they both could not sleep without it. I know they make so many different little loungers now, like they have the Boppy and they have the Snuggle Me one, so there's just so many different loungers now compared to when I bought the dock-tot. They didn't have those yet. Both of those things were a must for nighttime baby swaddles. So right when we were in the hospital, I don't have it with me right now, but I will insert a picture or video of it. That is the Happiest Baby Swaddle, and it's the one that you can use with the Snoo bassinet. You can just buy the actual swaddle, and that's what we used when we were in the hospital. It was really easy because it was a zipper, and you didn't have to try and wrap anything and all of that. It's just a quick zip and that was it. And I really like that one, but he grew out of that one pretty fast. So this swaddle was my first time trying out with Aiden. I didn't have this for Emma, but that is the Nested Bean Swaddle. This was recommended to us by a friend. He gifted it to us, and this part velcros, but it does have this in the middle, which is the little bean, and the actual bean is weighted as well as the sides. You just swaddle them up, and then it has that weighted bean in the middle that is supposed to be like the mom's hand is on their chest. It gives them that comfort that you're still there, and it just snugs them in. And this, I feel like that's what helped Aiden sleep through the night, basically. Since, I mean, that newborn stage, maybe like that first month, he did not sleep throughout the night. He was still waking up, feeding, but it was really easy for him to just fall right back asleep. After I fed him, I just wrapped him back up in this, and I had no trouble putting him back to sleep. He would fall asleep right away. And then around the 2-month mark is when he actually started sleeping through the night. And this is the one that we progressed to. So he stopped liking being swaddled with his hands on his side. He wanted his arms in front of him, like up by his head. So we transitioned him to this one, which is by the Nested Bean as well. But with this one, it does have this stretchy material right here. The arms zip off. Now it just converts like this, and their hands and arms are free. And yeah, I absolutely love this sleep sack. They make so many sleep sacks from like birth to like 2 years old. So the Nested Bean was one of our favorites the second time around, and I really recommend it. I think that's what helped Aiden start sleeping through the night so early on. Speaking of like sleeping, so I love these Kite Baby sleepers. They are seriously the softest sleepers ever. They just feel like butter. They're so stretchy. Here in Texas it gets so hot, so these are really nice because the material is just so soft and like thin, and I felt like he was able to breathe in this more. He didn't get as hot in it. And I know at nighttime I'm always paranoid about them overheating with this plus a sleep sack on them. I'm always paranoid that they're going to overheat. I know getting overheated can cause SIDS, like the sudden infant death syndrome, so I was always paranoid about him being too hot. So these gave me an ease in my mind to like that I knew he was not getting overheated in this plus the sleep sack. So I love the Kite Baby. So soft, so buttery, perfect for Texas, especially if you live in like a hot weather climate. So yes, I absolutely love these and definitely recommend. The weather was really nice in May, and then it started getting super hot here in Texas, like 100 something degrees outside. And when you have a newborn, you don't want to be bringing your baby out in the Texas heat. We always go on walks in the evenings, and my daughter like goes and rides her scooter or the bicycle, so I would bring a stroller fan. And you need this. I actually have two. I have this one and then the one I had for my daughter when she was a baby, and I would plug both of them in because it was just so hot outside. But I love this. It has 3 different levels, and yeah, he loved it. We would go to the pool, we would go on our walks, anytime we were our backyard, and I would bring out a fan for him just so he wouldn't overheat. But yeah, I really recommend a stroller fan if you are having a baby in the middle of summer and it's super hot, especially here in Texas. The next thing I recommend is having some type of baby carrier. This baby carrier is by Solly Baby, and I actually had one of these for my daughter and I got another one for my son. And I just love this print. It is so pretty. And the material is just so soft and stretchy. And I know as a first-time mom, I was extremely intimidated by all this fabric. I love it because it just snuggles them in so close to you. And when they're that newborn stage, they're very contracted from being in the womb, so this is really perfect because you can get them super close and they're snuggled in. And as a second-time mom, this was basically my uniform. Everything, I wore this like every single day because chasing a toddler, and then when the baby wants to just be cuddled and have you super close, this was just perfect to have so I could hold him. As soon as I put him in this, he was asleep, so this was amazing to have as a newborn. Okay, next is having some type of caddy. So this caddy is very convenient because you can just, I have this next to the changing pad in our bedroom, and it has everything I need, so you're not trying to find what you need. You can bring it to the living room, to the playroom, you can bring it to your parents' house. Like, this is just what you need all in one. And this is where I just keep all the diapers, the wipes, diaper cream, and the essentials. So I always make sure I have like a burp cloth in here. I keep an extra onesie and some lotion for after bath time. I also keep his hairbrush, and he was born with so much hair, so I need something to like tame it down. I use this Hip Peas hair balm, and it looks like that. So yeah, I just use this to like tame down his hair, and I use the brush to keep it nice and cute. This little changing pad in the caddy, it's like a leather material, and it's by the brand Gather. Why I keep this in here is because if he does have a big poopy explosion, I set this down on the changing pad because poopy diapers can get real messy really fast, and I don't want to have to get the actual changing pad dirty and have to take off the cover and wash it. So I found that this is really nice to have for the really messy diapers, or if he pees or something, it just gets on this and I can just easily wipe it off instead of having to take everything off and wash it and then put it back together. So I really like that. And I also like that this you can just fold up super easily, and it also fits perfectly in the diaper bag. So this is really convenient to have for the messy diapers. So he gets so many boogies in his nose, so many. And I was using the nose Frida with my daughter, where you have to like put it in their nose and like suction it up. She hated that. She hated that so much. It actually broke because my daughter somehow got to it. I do like it for whenever they are sick. You can suction like all their mucus out. But if they just have like a boogie that's like right there and you can't reach it because their nostrils are super tiny, this little thing is life-changing. Like, you can just stick it up their nose. They don't feel it. He does never cry when I do it, and it gets all their boogies out, and then you just wash it and it's ready to go for the next time. This little thing is a must, because they get so many boogies in their nose. You can even use it for their ears to get the wax out and stuff. But yes, I love this thing. I didn't have it with Emma, and I've used it so many times. And next, you do need some type of nail clippers. So when Aiden was born, he had the longest nails ever, and I forgot to pack my nail clippers. The hospital doesn't provide nail clippers. So this is the one I've used with my daughter, and I use it with Aiden, and I really like it. I like that it has a little light, and it makes it easier for me to see what I'm clipping. But yeah, this one is by Safety First, and I love this. It still works. I've had it since Emma was a baby, so like almost 3 years. I also recommend having some type of little baggies for the poopy explosions. If you're out and about or something and they get their outfit changed, you have some type of baggies. And this one, I just got a big pack of them on Amazon. Like, I'm probably stocked for the rest of the year because I have so many. But yeah, these little baggies, you need it for the super poopy diapers. You don't want to put the extremely poopy diapers in the diaper genie or the diaper pail. I just put them in a baggie and I just throw it outside because they get stinky. I also keep a thermometer. This is Safety First, so I can check it under his armpit. And this one was super cheap. I've had it since Emma was a baby, and now I also have the one for the ear. But I know for the newborn stage, they recommend you using one under the armpit instead of the ear because it's not as accurate. Next is, so Aiden, I didn't have this problem with my daughter. Like I said, every baby is completely different, and my daughter did not struggle with a pacifier. Aiden did not want to take a pacifier at all, like at all. I was his pacifier. And so a friend told me about this. It's like a little mushroom, and it is so cute. It has this little like nipples, and the roundness, it's supposed to be like it's a boob. I was like, oh, he's not gonna be able to hold it, like he's a newborn. But I just open up his hand and like wrap it around this and then just fold it down, and his hand, he will not let go of this, and he's like going to town on this. This is supposed to be like a teether / pacifier for breastfed babies, and I love this thing, and he loves it. Calms him down. Slobbers everywhere when he's using it, but he loves it. So this one is from Even Flow. So this is the only pacifier, if he randomly did take a pacifier, this is the one he would take. And now that he's getting older, I feel like he's getting better at taking it. He's starting to take like the other ones, but the beginning, it was a huge struggle to try and get him to take a pacifier, and this is the only one that he took. A swing is a must. So with Emma, we had the Mamaroo, and she hated it. We actually ended up selling it, so I can't tell you if Aiden loved it, but yeah, Emma, as soon as I would put her in it, she would start crying. So we actually got one off of Facebook Market. It's, I think, a Graco one. It's just a basic swing that just goes back and forth, and he could sleep there for like 2 hours if he could. Like, he will just stay sleeping in that swing all day. He loves that swing. So this bouncer is a little expensive. I've taken it everywhere, like everywhere. It's so easy to just like pick up and go. So the bouncer is the Baby Bjorn bouncer, and I love this thing. So this bouncer has been so helpful. You can just easily like fold it up and take it with you to your parents' house, to the pool. It's where we basically take it outside, take it to the bathroom, take it to the kitchen. Like, literally this goes everywhere. And it's also really easy to clean. So anytime I would put him in here, it's like, I don't know if it was the sitting position, but he would always have a blowout every single time. So I would actually stick a burp cloth underneath most of the time, so it wouldn't get in here, or like some type of like one of those like receiving blankets or something under here, because he kept pooping a lot. I noticed that he started pooping a lot. But what I also love about this, it's really easy to clean. All you have to do is pull it off and throw it in the wash, and that's all you have to do. It actually, I think the recommended is to air dry it, which I usually do, just because I don't want it to shrink. But then it's really easy to just slide back on. And so once it's out of the wash, I just put it back in here and I let it air dry like this. So yeah, this is a must. I love it. I can't believe I didn't have a bouncer with my daughter either. What I also liked about it is that they're sitting up, so he could look around, and my daughter will come with him and like play with him and bounce him also. So yeah, I love the bouncer. Okay, so one more thing, and that's basically all of my newborn essentials, but one more thing is an app that I used that I absolutely loved, and I still use it because mom life is crazy busy, that I feel like the time sometimes just like flies by, and it's hard for me to remember like what time I did certain things. So I use this with my daughter and I used it with him, and it's called the Baby Tracker app. You can go on here, I haven't updated it, but you can go on here and like put that you're nursing him on like which side, or if you changed his diaper, which I usually don't use the diaper one anymore. I just use basically like when I fed him and then what time he fell asleep. So I'll track his sleeping, just because I'm like, wait, is he tired? Like, why is he crying? I open up my app and I'm like, oh yeah, it's been 2 hours since he woke up, or 2.5 hours or whatever, and I'm like, okay, he's tired, let me go put him to sleep. All right, so that is pretty much all of my top newborn must-haves. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I would love for you guys to make sure that you guys subscribe and like this video, and I will make sure to link as much as possible down below. And yeah, I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Hi.
Hi. These are my babies.
This is my baby.
Yeah. Okay, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys for watching.
I'll see you in the next one.
This is the Bedtime.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, and say, make sure to subscribe.
We're going to go.
And hit the like button.
Have a nice one.
Say thumbs up.
Thumb up.